Hello, my name is Nick Beach, and today I'm going to look at strategic planning, but specifically the strategic audit. The strategic audit is quite an interesting tool, or a series of different tools, and it's easy to remember what a strategic audit is all about. It's just like an accountant auditing a set of books. It's just checking what's there. All it is a snapshot of your reality. Now, it takes a few different aspects of your reality, or the way you see your organisation and the markets that it's being played with and its customers, but it does take an instant picture of, or a time set picture of where you are. So it does the following. Basically, it enables you to identify that you have the needed clarity to drive your strategy. In other words, you know where you're going and you know how you're going to get there. You know what resources you've got and the people who are working with you, and have they got the capability to operate in different environments. So it's quite a broad perspective, but also deals with micro. One of the crucial things that's often overseen by management is that its management team haven't the will to actually initiate a strategy, or haven't the competence to initiate a strategy in a different country to the country that their experiences allow them to. Key outcomes for this session. Understand how to identify and evaluate the current organisational position, in other words, where you are now, and identify the potential key influences upon the organisation that are controllable and uncontrollable. In other words, take account of what you can do and take account of what's going on around you. Michael Porter has a very interesting model called the currents and cross-currents. And basically what Michael Porter talks about is that there is a current through our society, through the world, of beliefs, of the way things are done. But on that current there are a series of tributaries of new ideas and new technologies that will change the flow of those currents. The trick for you is that you can actually ride those currents. So you've got an understanding of, this is where the river's going at the moment, but in the next few years, it'll bear off in this direction. So you are looking both here and now where I am, what I'm doing and how I'm going to get there, but also, well, actually there's going to be possibly a technology innovation in the next 2 to 3 years. I can see it starting to come on the horizon. How can I best exploit that potential? A good example is the World Wide Web, and the effects it's had on businesses has been profound. 3 major areas that you look into when you're doing your environmental audit: macro, micro, and the internal. From that, you can see where you are in the spectrum of your environment, of your market. Macro. There are a considerable number of different management tools that can help you to identify what are the key things that you've got. One we have here, as an example, is Steeple E, but we also can look at SLEPT, STEP, and a range of other tools can be used. The critical issue is they're similar to a shopping list. They tell you to look at the social, the technological, the environmental, the economic, the political, the legal, etc. So you're going through a range of checklists. You check this, what is the social culture of the country that you are trying to market to? What is your country's social culture? Do they match? Are there any issues or nuances that you really should be aware of? How does that affect the value chain? Are there special business-to-business relationships that could well be of importance? So we start looking at the big picture and then start to hone it down. Is there anything that's uncontrollable? And when we're talking about uncontrollable, you haven't got the power to influence it. So we're looking for tools that could stand in your way, or tools that you could potentially use within your arsenal to be able to affect the way the market is moving or exploit movements in the market. Now, going further down, you can see this often connects to the marketing, 7 Ps: price, place, position, product, etc. So you start to adapt your Ps to accommodate the society or the broader macro environment that you're trying to address. We can see clearly that the market is dynamic. In other words, it's continually changing. And if we go back to Porter's currents, things are moving along. And it's also complex. So sometimes you're happily bimbling along on your strategy or driving a strategy forward, and something will hit you from the side. You've always got to be able to accommodate change. So even within a fairly strong strategic focus, that you've got a lot of resources and you plan to an nth degree, it could well be that something will give you a little bit of a hard time by coming in from one side or another. Moving further down. So we've looked at the real big picture, and now we're looking at the micro. We're looking at your business strategy, the world that you are operating in. So firstly, see this big ring of the total environment, and then go down into your little area. And this is where you're looking at your market and how that fits into the world. An important way of getting an understanding of it is to say, well, perhaps you are looking at just the micro. It may be that you are working in an industry that's going to collapse because of the external environment. So you've got to be aware that these two have got a home. So the micro and the macro have got to work together. When we're looking at the micro environment, we can look at really the value chain, the extended value chain where you're going through your suppliers' lines, but also other issues for shareholders and stakeholders. So there are issues of protecting shareholder interest, and we're getting into the realms of risk here, but there's also the issue of engaging with the broad stakeholder community and understanding what the stakeholders are and their interests in your company's success and your product's success. Critical issues when you're going on a global basis may be that you have to deal with suppliers and you have to understand their buying processes, how they will approach you, what they will do, what they can't do, how capable they are of supporting your needs. Is there any technology innovations that you have to do to support their development? Likewise, towards your distributors and customers, you must also understand the issues with regards to distributors with reference to their power. How, if you give your products to them, will they actually sell it for you? Will they actually exert their power to influence price in a way you don't want? Will they use it to cross-sell into different countries? So you've got to be aware of the politics within the microenvironment as well as the structures and processes that go on. Once you've done that, you start looking at your own little operation. What you're doing there is really looking at what can I do as a company, what can we lift? Who can we service and how can we service them? What products do we do? What are the core competencies that we have that develop our capability? A good example is 3M. They had a product which was a fairly ineffective glue, and they did paper. But by combining the two, they had a post-it note. A complete new capability. Why? Because someone took the time just to say, put that with that, we have something different. Going further down on the internal analysis, look at the financials, look at the staff, the skill and the values that the organisation aspires to. Staff, again, is very important, understanding what they can do, understanding the skills. Now, this is not just the technical skill, but it's the understanding of the management team as well. Have they the skill to deal with people in a faraway country? Have they the motivation to deal with them? Your value chain is an important part, but often we just see one side of it. We've got to look at the capability of the team that you deploy to actually execute your strategy, to enable you to optimize your capabilities. So it's an important aspect that you have to look into. So when we're looking at the whole process, we've got to think about the people, the processes they're in, the procedures, what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And it could well go into realms of ethics, that you start realising, well, actually, we can't operate in that country because the country's got a series of problems that would cut against our company's belief, or could actually affect the perception of other customers in different countries because they don't want you to engage with them. So you have a broad stakeholder series of clashes because your management team hasn't really looked at the big picture and how it fits with the micro picture and how it fits with the internal picture within the organisation. So this strata all interlock and overlap in many ways. Finally, on that area is intellectual property right. There are issues of piracy. It is possible that if you go, for example, to work with a partner in one country, they may take your intellectual property, the legal rights and the patents, etc. So you've got to be sure that what you're giving to engage in to access new markets may well be more than you want to give. And then you have to ask the question, do I actually bother going into that environment? So the audit is a very important tool. In summary, markets are complex and they're dynamic. They always change. Whatever happens, when you get there, you'll find it'll be slightly different. There is a continual movement in those interactions, so complex and dynamic makes more complex and dynamic. you've got to have insight into the environment. The word insight means deep understanding. It's not just they're all foreign over there or they're all will buy this product. It's why do they buy it? Why will they do business with us? What is unique in their mind? So in the audit, it can tell you what your capabilities are to service that market, and then you've got to be able to say, well, in that market, that's what they want, and you match the two together. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.